Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue with the Libra season and our favorite Libra idols, which I'm going to try to read I'm not sure if I'm going to get to all of them, but I will do my best. So yes, today is going to be the turn of Stray Kids leader Banchan. So yes, let's see what the cards have to say for him and the energies available for the next 3 months. So he got the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, the Knight of Wands, the Strength card, and the Five of Swords. So yes, starting off with the Ace of Swords, I believe that Vanchan actually is he is like someone that is enjoying the turns and the new paths that he's transitioning in his life, in every aspect of his life. uh he's definitely like pulling a lot of communications and a lot of ideas and a lot of new beginnings that have to do with probably being more present online, or like exchanging ideas and information with people, but from a place of a lot of ownership. I think that these months are going to be very meaningful for him, because somehow he's feeling very comfortable in the role of being a leader, being a sort of initiator. And and I think that, like I mentioned, this doesn't only like apply to his professional life. I think that it also has to do with personal matters. I think that he is definitely deciding to be more brave when it comes to how he acts, and going after what he wants, and definitely I see a lot of movement here, because we have the Chariot and we have the Knight of Wands. So probably it wouldn't surprise me to actually see Banchan like going out, or actually being seen like not only traveling but also like having fun with a lot of people, or being like in a lot of like attending some places, some events. I think he definitely is in the mood of connections, like, but also like from a place of expansion. I think that I think that the theme of this phase for him after his birthday is to actually be a bit more brave and be a bit more adventurous and get out there. Like, obviously we know that he is very popular, that he has like he's very fortunate in this sense, but I think like he wants to show a more outgoing side of him. He wants to like decide to do more activities or hobbies that have to do with himself, not only with the group. um I think that definitely I don't know if he's working on something, or if he is like participating on something or creating something. But if this is about creating something for the group, you will definitely hear from this very soon, because actually like he's already on the way. Like, there's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of activities, so he's feeling very passionate about this. um and also, like, I think that probably I should like tell the fans that these are all very positive cards, but since we have swords here and we have a lot of movements, I think that it wouldn't surprise me if he was somehow mentioned online or on the internet because of these activities or because of him being seen out somewhere, so I would advise the fans to be a bit more like acceptant and not to get engaged in this in gossips, and people talking about certain things or trying to like comment on his lifestyle or who he hangs out with, or if he goes out in or if he doesn't go out. I think that definitely he is someone that he's very magnetic on his own. So I think that there are a lot of people, since I see swords, probably there's a lot of like interest of on the internet about him. I don't know if he does have like stalkers or someone. This is very I think that's it's very sad, but probably it's the norm of being a K-pop idol. That sometimes you do have people that are very obsessed with you and that write about you on the internet. Um, but definitely, if they want to like dig a bit on his personal life, I don't think they are going to get much, because actually, with the Chariot and the Knight of Wands, I see a guy that always is on the move. Like, he is the kind of person, this is actually very Libra of him. I believe that he also is a double Libra. There's something about Banchan that Libra is also like very flexible energy, very air element. So I think that there's a lot of sides to Banchan, and I think that if there are people that definitely want to break the mystery or want to know about what he's up to, I think that I will definitely not get very far, because he is someone that he's very social. He's a person that he's very sociable. He's a people's person. He loves to always be on the search of new experiences and meeting different peoples. And also he's always like, he's very aware that he can change his mind when he wants to. Probably, I don't know. I think that if people want to take his words too literally, I think that they shouldn't, because Panchan is someone that is very adaptable to change. So he knows he has like a sort of responsibility, because he's an idol, but at the same time he's very flexible and he's enjoying his life and his energy and his youth and his and also his magnetism, because I think that he's a guy that he wears his cards on his sleeves, that he's very, just like you see him on videos. Probably if you meet him in real life, he's like that. you know he is he's very spontaneous, but at the same time he changes all the time. So I think that this is why, if there are people that are trying to figure out what his opinion about a certain subject is, you will never get like a straight answer from him. He is he's very adaptable, and he's very clever. So I think that this is the reason why he always keeps on the move. Probably he's a guy that also he is very curious about different points of view. He listens to everyone, or he hangs out with people that are very different from him. He wants to know about other cultures. He is interested in different opinions, both from males and females point of view. He's very Bantan is very Libra, it's very diplomatic, but at the same time, he has a sort of like freedom to the way he moves. So I think that if there are people that want to somehow like be like, oh, I want to see who the real you, who are you really? He is how you see him. Maybe he is not everyone's favorite because I feel like there are some suspicions about his personality. I don't know if some people are like, oh, um, like, um, I don't know, if, um, I don't know if he's this way or what. Yeah, he is that way. And also here with the strength card, he's someone that he always like, no matter how many struggles he encounters, he always finds a way to survive this. She's a very emotionally intelligent person. But there's also here with the strength card and the five of swords, there's also this feeling of like he sometimes gets tired of having the same discussion all the time. I don't know if he feels like he always has to reaffirm himself, like to tell people, yes, this is who I am, yes, this is what I think, yes, this is what we represent, or to try to defend the group's image or to defend something. Somehow he's a very brave guy, but at the same time, he's like, sometimes he does get tired and he feels like he the things that he defends or the things that he has like a strong opinion about, um like sometimes he feels like it's useless. That is a battle that has he already lost somehow. So he does feel a bit discouraged sometimes. He does have his moments where he tries to be brave because he is this sort of like everyone trusts him, and not just because he's the leader, but because he is the representation of, like I mentioned, of this very noble and this very like magnetic person. He's like a mountain. He's very stable, which is something very interesting about Banchan, because I have seen his virtue and I know that he has a lot of air placements. He's very Libra, but I don't know if maybe he's rising or maybe if his key placements are in houses that are in earth element, because he does remind me like Taurus energy, maybe Capricorn energy, like a very stable force. And he's also very loyal to the people that he loves. So, but just like a very normal Libra, he doesn't want to um, react to conflict. Actually, he hates conflict. He doesn't like conflicts. So probably he tends to evade. This is why I think that he tends to evade these very like defiant questions or these harsh topics to talk about. Because he's always trying to promote um positivity and also trying to be righteous, trying to be fair, trying to be this very diplomat, this very diplomatic and very, he wants always to be a respectful person, not just because he is an idol, but also because this is what he believes in life. He had always been like this and he will always be like this. It's just that I think that you will probably see sides of him, like hanging out with different people, like probably going out there or doing activities and showing himself as an individual more often. And this will probably like raise a few questions or opinions about his lifestyle. So this is why I think that the fans definitely should support him and not engage in these very malicious rumors or criticism in general, because we know how it is with idols, especially with idols like Banchan, that actually Banchan doesn't have like a hidden agenda, at least from what I get from the cards. What you see from him is what you get. So actually he's very true to himself, he's very true to his opinions, to his mindset. He has a very clear mindset, because we started the reading with the Ace of Swords. So there's a sense that whenever he opens his mouth, or wherever he shares how he feels, it's how he really feels. So then if we see the end of the reading, that is with the Five of Swords, it seems like sometimes he does see that he can never win. Like, I don't know if it's because people always want to like sense something, or doubt him in some way, or doubt his intentions. But he's like, oh, I can never win, or I can never satisfy these people, and this also talks a lot about the Libra energy, about what it's like to be a Libra, because Libras sometimes they are people's pleasers, or they try to be like good and okay in good terms with everyone, and sometimes it's very hard for them to realize that you will never please everyone, that sometimes people are just going to despise you just because you are who you are, so I think that in this sense, if he does get a lot of criticism for being more out there or being seen, being an individual, like I think that there's something about Libra and individuality that probably he's like, oh, am I doing this correctly? Like, is it okay if I do things on my own? He does question himself that because he doesn't want to disappoint the fans, and definitely he does care about what other people think. But at the same time, he's in this sort of a state, or he's going to be in these next 3 months, where a lot of opportunities are coming his way, probably a lot of collaborations, like hanging out with people, just being his real self, a man of his age, and a spontaneous Vanchan that doesn't have to do with stray kids or with his professional self, and I think that it's going to be very fun for him, but he has to refrain from reacting and trying to explain himself to others. I think that sometimes he wants to explain people why he does what he does, and sometimes that's not even necessary, because some people sometimes don't like you, or they don't care, they just want someone to hate on. So I think that he should enjoy these advances that he's going to do with his life, this individuality, this opportunity to be more himself, to relax a bit, and also to keep moving forward and being more successful. So yes, guys, this is all I have for Panchan. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.